Hello and welcome to Inside Line. I'm Stephen Otley and I'm joined this week by Matt Campbell.
G'day.
Well, it's been a massive week for the car industry with Tony Abbott taking over as Prime Minister, which could mean major changes for the local manufacturing industry. And the Frankfurt Motor Show is getting underway. But first, it's time for our internet burnout. Rally co-drivers do a lot of the hard work but don't get much of the glory. But this one has gone above and beyond the call of duty, hasn't he?
Sure has. It's just crazy to think that would actually happen.
Yeah.
Is it legit?
I'd probably stop.
Yeah.
Really. Like, you're not going to win.
Yeah.
You might just die.
Just sitting on there pulling on the accelerator is not going to win you the rally.
Yeah, give it up.
Anyway.
In a not unexpected result, Tony Abbott and the coalition swept to power in last weekend's election. Now, the knock-on effect to the local car industry is yet to be fully understood. But the early signs are positive, man?
Generally, yeah. I mean, the South Australian Liberal leader has said that he thinks that Holden will be in a strong position, even though they've changed government. But going back against that, Tony Abbott did say in the campaign that he won't go chasing Holden down the street with a blank cheque.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see exactly how this plays out and exactly what Abbott does with this, because he has been quite clear that he won't be giving the same amount of money that a Rudd Labor government would have given. So, Holden has been calling and Toyota have been calling for clear, consistent policy for a long time. So it'd be interesting to see what we get, and if Tony Abbott's going to come out with a clear vision and stick to it, and if that means the end of the industry or not. I guess it's a dangerous game they're playing, isn't it? It
is. And no matter what happens, it's going to be an interesting couple of years under Abbott's governing.
Yeah, but obviously the consequences of this going wrong are huge, aren't they? I mean, we've seen South Australian Independent Senator Nick Xenophon. He said they're going to fight for it, for the state to have Holden there building cars.
Exactly. They don't want Adelaide to be the next Detroit. So they've got to really think about it and plan forward for, the future.
Yeah. Challenging times. Now, overseas, all eyes from the automotive world have turned to Frankfurt this week as car makers look to outdo each other and show off their latest and greatest new production cars and concepts. Now, what's grabbed your attention, mate?
Well, so far the standout for me has been the Audi Nanook Quattro concept.
Now, I don't get this. It's a supercar off-roader.
Yeah, it is. And I'm like you, I don't really get it either. I don't think that...
Have they just run out of niches? Is that Audi's thing? They've just run, we've done little SUVs or big SUVs or have fast backs and whatever, and we'll just do a supercar that can go off-road.
Well, it's not the first supercar that can go off-road. We saw at Geneva Motor Show there was the Ital design Giugiaro concept, which could do... It was actually the same car, but now the Audi's got its skin on it. And, it showcases what future Audis are going to look like, which is the biggest thing that people will probably take away from it. This is sort of what the new R8 supercar will look like, and in my opinion it's ugly, but other people may have a different opinion. What's your favourite so far?
Well, speaking of off-roaders, I mean, the Jaguar CX-17 concept's pretty spectacular for it's a big departure from Jaguar to go down that crossover soft-roader SUV path, whatever you want to call them, but that's the way the market's going, so they've got to keep up. And I guess, like we've seen with Porsche with the Cayenne, having, a high-volume SUV can do good things for your sports car range because it gives you more money to play with. So Hopefully, we'll see, some more sports cars in the vein of F-Type.
There's no doubt about it. There's some fantastic-looking cars already that have already been shown off, and it sets a standard. I think there's 50 or something world premieres at this show, and obviously Frankfurt's an important show every year. But I think it's great to see some flashy stuff out there again.
Yeah. I mean, obviously we don't have a motor show in Australia anymore, but because it didn't really work for our market. But overseas, this is big business for these guys, and they spend a lot of money to try and outdo one another and actually, get their products out in the world stage, because, we're sitting here talking about it and everyone around the world in our profession is going to be talking about it. So, it's still an important showcase for the industry, isn't it?
Yeah, it sure is. I mean, I don't think the big motor shows are going anywhere. I think they're, maybe the focus of where they are is changing, but motor shows in general are just as important as they always have been.
Let's hope long may they continue.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's it for Inside Line this week. For the latest news and pictures from Frankfurt, check out our dedicated mini site displayed on screen now. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay tuned to drive.com.au for all your latest motoring news, reviews and videos.